recently you done a run from HMP Feltham to the Old Bailey. And I really want to know, what was the motivation? What was the catalyst that told you, I need to do this? This is what has to be done. Because we can see what's going on right now. And we can see the government, they're not really doing much. So it's people like yourself that are having to be the thought changers, the mindset shifters within the community. Like, what led you to that place?
Yeah, there were multiple factors. I think starting from when I'd done the Freedom Run, right?
Yeah.
Which was when I ran around every prison in London in April.
Wow.
Which was celebrating breaking the cycle of reoffending.
Yeah.
For me, coming out of prison, being able to change my life, get employed for essentially more or less the first time, and find a direction in a career that, you know, today that I'm thriving in, I guess. Not being stopped by the police once, and essentially not getting arrested like for a period of a year, and growing up around the culture and the crime that I was involved in, that was non-existent. So after I'd done that run, it was like, what's next? Because it had such a big impact, and I didn't even like expect it to have a big impact like it did. And that was the birth kind of Freedom Through Fitness, which is a CIC, a non-profit organization, which, like, the mission statement around it is to do community initiatives with the youths and work in prisons, whether that's doing workshops, programs around fitness, purpose, identity, just overall changing the mindset. Like I said, that's my thing. You change the mindset, you can change your life, you know. When I was on the BBC Radio London, talking about Miles for Change, the presenter asked me, like, what do you think how can you say, like, she asked me about, is there hope for the youth? And I said, like, there has to be hope because they're the adults of tomorrow. Yeah. But essentially, like, for support-wise, like, obviously it was a great opportunity because thousands of people were listening. We need positive spaces. We need hubs. For the younger generation, and not hubs in marginalised neighbourhoods. No, we need hubs in central London.
Facts.
Where they can come away from their marginalised neighbourhoods and come into the city, because London City is top 5 city in the world. You know, so, like, just being around the atmosphere, it's like, it's energetic and it's driving and it's motivating, and, like, that's why, like, being from the ends, being from the hood, like, it's a thing to go uptown. Why? Because of the luxurious theme and it being so motivating. So we need hubs in, like, central London where young people could come together and there'll be positive role models in any space, you know. Obviously me playing my role in fitness, but, like, there's people that can help young people get into the likes of AI or digital marketing and help them unlock their creative side of things. I think somewhere where they could come and learn skills. To touch
on that as well, being in a very digital era right now, social media, the rise in social media, I feel like a new platform's always coming out, and that is something that we didn't have so much back in the day. I feel like with the internet, the opportunities are endless.
Yes, trust me.
The opportunities to make good, legitimate money are endless. I think if you've got a voice, if you've got a story to tell your story. If you're confident enough to tell your story. Even if you don't want to speak, find a way to tell your story. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the stuff that we go through to now, the stuff that we've always gone through, it's similar, but it's not the same. You know, I feel like struggles and pains and experiences, it's a universal thing. And I think, you know, like you said, we need hubs. We need hubs in places that the young people want to be in. We need hubs and places that are going to inspire them, that's going to bring about change. There's kids that's living in deprived neighborhoods, they're mathematicians, put them in a hub where they can be exposed to finance.
Right.
There's people who are great thinkers and great speakers, put them in hubs where they can be creative.
Right.
There's, you know, there's more than just athletes and there's more than just rappers.
Trust.
Do you know what I'm saying? And you've created a CIC and it's bringing about change. There's young people out there that want to volunteer and solely just give back and travel the world and do stuff like that. So hubs will be a perfect idea. So listen, if you lot are listening, make sure you're listening and lock in and start taking on board the stuff that we're talking about very serious. Not just us two, but as a community, we need that change. We need those spaces created. We need places for young people to grow and develop and become better than some of us was yesterday. Just to bring this to a close, I want you to give one message to anybody out there that's wanting to be more resilient, that's struggling on their journey, may it be faith, may it be in life, and somebody who is just out there trying to find themselves and find their way. What's that one message that you have for that person, those people?
I'll say, always walk towards the light. And, you know, life can sometimes seem like a tunnel and you're surrounded by darkness, you know, and the challenge may seem overwhelming. But honestly, the presence where the power is at, you know, and hone in on it, embrace it, and that will allow you to essentially be grateful. And gratitude is the key, you know, it could always be worse. If you're a young boy living in London, let alone in the UK, honestly, we're blessed, you know, even though there are disadvantages stacked against us, but compared to third world countries, compared to a young boy potentially, you know, living in a country which is going through war, going through poverty 10 times worse than what we're going through. Yeah, essentially, the main phrase would, it could always be worse. Gratitude's key.
Gratitude is key.
Yeah, man.
Bro, just before we leave, I just want to say thank you for that message. And I hope it empowers somebody out there that's listening to this. Just so people can keep up to date with yourself, stay locked in with your journey, just give them your socials and tell them a little bit about what's coming next. Yeah.
So you already know, resiliant.lion on Instagram. Also, Freedom Through Fitness, the CIC _ is where you can also get in contact and reach out to the organization if you want to get involved in regards to the community initiatives. If you're a young person watching this, feel free again to reach out to either me or the platform. Essentially, there are big plans lined up for 2026. More community-driven purpose runs, raising awareness around issues within the culture. So we aim to run in every borough. You know, and create signposts for services that are within the borough that young people may not even know that's in their own borough. And just to create more opportunities. So the mission continues. Thank you, man. Thanks for your time. Thanks for the conversation. Listen, that's been Isaiah, Resilient Lion. This has been The Only Show, episode 1. Make sure you stay locked in with myself, T Only. Stay locked in with Morella TV and everything that we're doing. And let's continue to be the change that we want to see, man. Peace. Bet.